is the famous blue agave.
Mm-hmm.
And we can use this to the production of a specific type of mezcal, tequila. Unfortunately, the tequila has denomination of origin. So only one region, Jalisco, just a few of Guanajuato, the next state, can produce the distillation with the name of tequila.
Guanajuato can make tequila as well?
Yeah, just a small part road, so close to Jalisco. And of course, this is complete but modern way of production of mezcal. For that reason, the spirit is completely different, the smell, flavor, and the notes. With the mezcal, the production is more organic and traditional, and we can use close to 15 varieties of different plants. So, actually, for example, this is the cultivated one. This is younger, and this is what is the last cycle life. It's the end of the cycle life. It looks like a tree.
These three are all blue agave?
Nope.
No.
Now you can see the small difference. Different color of leaves.
Yeah.
Complete green one, a little bit blue.
Mm-hmm.
The spikers is separately, and this is constantly. And the spike is really fine, beauty. And this one is more aggressive and bigger. Of course, you have to wait a lot of bit of time to be mature. For example, to find a agave plant like this one, you have to wait the less 7 years, the more 12 years.
Wow.
At the end of the cycle life, for 10 years, take from the soil, took from the soil all the nutritions, and it start to grow this massive flower to the reproduction way. We have outside variety, and just at the top, seeds, shells with hundreds of seeds. It's for the sexual reproduction. But when the plant is so young, you can find the rhizomes, also by the root, by the sexual reproduction. In the middle, I have the famous isle. The famous isle is a type of fiber that is amazing strong. That in the last centuries and decades, the Mexican used a lot to production of clothes, sandals, robes. Clothes, yes. Stuff for the life in the ranch or something like that. So, look at that. Tried it. It's so strong.
Sí, muy fuerte.
Yeah.
And the blue agave also grows a flower this fall as well?
Yeah. The problem with the blue agave is you never probably will see a flower.
Yeah.
Because you take the piña before that.
Yeah, when it's so younger,
Yeah.
the production. Small piñas like this one.
Yeah.
But it's these other varieties. For example, there. We call this actually lumbre, or fire, by the color of the leaves. No?
Beautiful.
It's beauty. No? It's nice to decoration. Probably the problem is every species has a different scientific name, and that is because agave is the scientific name. Agave means noble.
Oh.
This is agave Karbinsky. That is the classification. But the colloquial name is maguey quiche. So actually maguey and agave is actually the same. No? With this one, you have to wait a period of time to 15 years to cut it from the soil, and you will produce a mezcal herbly and rooty. This other one, this is maguey tobala, that means butterfly flower, and agave putaturum. With this one, you have to wait a period of time of 6 less or 12 years to extract the bottom and produce a mezcal that is herbly and minty. This is the spider that bites the Spider-Man.
It's super cool.
Yeah, super nice.
Corazón de agave.
Actually, literally is the cooking the agave. In the beginning, we throw inside a lot of coal and wood and make a huge fire. And the fire is so lit, I have to throw inside all these stones. It's a special one, no? To keep more the warm for more time. So I just leave the process of pre-warm my fire pit for 6 hours. And at the end of that process, I want to throw over the stones a huge quantity of this fiber. 40%.
Yeah, tastes like honey.
And of course it has other benefits to the health. Can help you to the flourish, to help the intestinal movement. Ah, you can throw it there, please, in the basket.
So they make mezcal all throughout Mexico, or is it only certain parts like Sonora
Well,
and
actually,
here?
every place can produce mezcal, of course.
Yeah.
The problem is the denomination.
Yeah.
Only 9 states in Mexico can produce mezcal and call it in that way. No? So, in this moment, 25 states is, have farmers of fields of agave to sell it to the main states of production of mezcal.
So what would it be called if it was like a agave spirit made in Mexico City? What they can't call it mezcal? No.
No, actually, Mexico City can't produce mezcal. It's only, sale.
Yeah.
But exists cities, small towns in the near states nearby that can produce mezcal. So it's easily though from the Mexico City to the capital to bring mezcal. That you can see, we chop the cooking agave, that's medium sizes, in small ones, because a horse will make the job to smash everything, to make the massive wrap. So eventually, with a pinchfork, you have to include the semi-solid one to smash completely and produce a paste. We call this paste mosto as wine. But the difference as wine, we have to take everything manually with salt inside our bucket with barrels. As the liquids at the end, just add water to sweat everything. Everything is necessary to the production of best quantity and quality of mezcal. And the place to the fermentation process is this massive American white oak container. The denomination is the best way for the fermentation oak or pine. Yeah? But actually, in the small towns or small villages, the people don't have enough money to buy this because this is really expensive. In the small villages and towns, the people fermented the pus of mezcal in clay pots or litter of cows, deers, goats. You can smell the alcohol now. We call this because the fiber is in the top, but in the bottom we have liquids. And that liquid is actually a pre-Hispanic wine that we call tepache. This will be our bar. Wait a minute.
Muy bonita.
What are you doing for Dia de los Muertos?
Just open the cemetery because probably the federal government is the what are you doing? But the older people probably start to make this offer for the days in the houses, in small restaurants, or otherwise. The people will find the way always. That when the tradition is so strong, it's difficult to use a copy takeoff. So my friends, in my right is a type of value, because naturally with the pass of the time, the foreign people start to ask for something softer, and of course we can produce type of passion fruit. You can see the pulp with 12% of alcohol and sweetened by agave syrup and honey, and sometimes we add milk to make more creamy and fresh. It's completely clear. And of the Sierra, no, this is a Roqueño, and this was distilled in clay pot, so the flavor, magnificent. And we have a white agave with 50% of alcohol, You will kill the COVID with this one, of course. But you want to try it for why not? It's completely different, the flavor. And in any moment you want to change the flavor, you mezcal, or you want to just pour it, you can pick up